Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick. This is You Don't Scare Me, channel where we debunk ghost videos. That's the video we're debunking today. This is part 3. Been doing this for a week, 2. Let's see what else we have in this compilation. Like and subscribe.
This little kid seems to have caught the fancy of an unseen force, as it tries to either get close to her or seriously harm her. You tell us which it is.
The doll's hair. Oh, you can barely see that. That's why I try to... Let's do this. This is the focal point of the video. We'll go back a bit. You can see that the doll is moving slightly. Or I guess that defeats the point I was going to make. I was going to say that the doll's hair looks large enough that it would offset the balance of the doll's head and then it would move back and forth. It could be that it could be a battery powered doll. Or this could be a composite shot. Let's go back and look to see if there's any evidence of that. Assuming the light is in the center here, the shadows seem possibly correct in their orientation, meaning that if there's a window, like I'm seeing that like this portion of the video and this portion of the video have two different variants in luminance, and it seems to split around the middle point, which means that there's probably an overhead light and possibly a window over on this side of the room. Seeing some reflections in the Anna and Elsa face. There's some reflections here that lead me to believe that this reflection up here is the ceiling light, and that this reflection is possibly a window. There's another reflection over here. So there's some separate forms of illumination in this room. However, there seems to be more luminance on this side of the scene than this side of the scene, leading me to personally, this is my opinion, and it shouldn't be the official debunk for it. If you, well, you can also see there's some reflections here that denote two distinct light sources, one up high, one down low. There's a window behind the camera. There's not enough light on this side. Again, this is my opinion. There's not enough light on this side of the video. And there's too much light on this side of the video, leading me to believe that these two different clips, these are recorded at independent times, cut down the middle, and then composited together, which means whatever's moving the doll is moving the doll from anywhere they want to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is a composite shot. That's my opinion. It doesn't need to be yours. It doesn't need to be the official debunk. That's just what I think. I'm satisfied with that answer. So, it's this video. It's this family. I've actually caught these people faking videos before. I can't remember what video it is, and obviously we have over 400 videos on our channel now, so good luck finding it. So we'll briefly cover what's going on. Here, obviously, there is a single point of in which the wind comes from. It's over here. It's not coming from a window. It's likely coming from an oscillating fan that's been turned on. The sounds of the papers that you're hearing here, absolutely no way in fucking hell would the microphone that's on this camera be able to pick up the clarity that we have just heard, which means the sounds of the papers rustling were added in post, leading us to acknowledge that there is some also audio manipulation going on in these videos. You hear the sound that made? How different it is from the rustling papers? I would really like that there not be some background music playing throughout the entire video. Once I isolate it, it's gonna sound like shit. But when you put background music, people aren't able to properly analyze the footage, and that's the point. But listen. Crisp, clear, nice. As if it was recorded with a shotgun mic. Tinny. Not so crisp. Echoey, reverby. You can hear the reverb in the room. Recorded on the camera's microphone. Interesting shift we see here. Oops. See the shift on this side of the screen? Compositing. Something is visible during this portion of the video, or somebody's bumping the camera. But watch. It's only half the scene. Right here. Watch. It doesn't interrupt the rest of the scene. This whole area here remains perfectly stationary. If somebody bumps the camera, the whole camera moves, not just a portion of the scene. I understand the objects are moving into the space, right? This is the portion of the video that's been composited. Something is here that's pulling the table that was visible. And they took a portion of the video where that thing was not visible, and they transposed it on top of the video to ensure that it was blocking whatever is here. As the table is being pulled, so too is the tripod that the camera is on, which, by the way, not a CCTV camera. The timestamps that they have in the original footage, fake. It's a regular camcorder that's recording these videos that they've placed the security camera thing on top.
The video starts off with a child playing with her.
Yeah, we saw it. It's compositing.
One thing that the paranormal community can seem to all agree on is that dolls are
Goose pimples,
a
right?
one-way ticket to a paranormal punch in the face, which is why Seeker of Ghosts set his sights on this woman's haunted apartment. After spending a few days sussing the place out, he revealed to his subscribers that the landlady had mentioned owning some creepy dolls. He sat her down to find out what he could about
It's the same woman in every one of his videos.
the collection. She initially purchased 8 porcelain dolls for her daughter from a kiosk, and she only uses them for decoration, also known as wall hangings.
Unless it's the same woman, unless it's the same video we've already seen.
That's not a fancy porcelain one.
If that's the case, and that's the only video that gets shown on these compilation channels, then it must be the only video that anything paranormal actually happens, and we've already thoroughly
But a strange
gone through it. But
plastic-looking
I don't
baby
recognize
doll
this.
The landlady says she took from her mother's house. She also owns this monstrosity, a porcelain-faced cat doll. She'd owned them all for over 40 years, and while the occasional paranormal event wasn't unusual, things had only recently started to escalate.
It's so this is a problem that I find a lot, is this sense of confirmation bias, where once something paranormal or something that you deem to be paranormal happens, then every single thing, no matter how inane, how insignificant, thus then becomes portioned to the paranormal thing. Everything that happens after that, every little inconsistency, every inconvenience, every, a cup falls off the counter, it's not because you didn't place it properly on the counter and there was, I don't know, maybe a stray pen or pencil that caused the glass to be at such a pitch that eventually a truck driving by outside would have shifted the pen enough to roll the cup off the counter. Or perhaps you live near an airport or a train that goes by, rumbles the ground, causes the vibrations that inevitably causes the glass to fall off the counter. We then attribute that to the paranormal entity that you have decided lives inside of your house. So every inconsistency, every inconvenience from then on is relevant to the paranormal entity instead of the mundane explanations. I'm here to provide the mundane explanations and break you from that thought process that it must be paranormal because one specific thing could not be determined to be a natural cause.
To try and figure out the source of the haunting, the paranormal investigator brings out a few specific dolls, the landlady's favourites, but ones that almost everybody thought were possessed. She then reveals that the paranormal activity only began happening after all of her tenants had...
If you see me putting my finger in my nose, don't worry. I'm not picking my nose. It's cold and dry in Canada, and I've split the inside of my nose. And now I'm constantly checking if it's starting to bleed again so that I don't bleed on camera. It was very painful and very unfortunate. It's right here in my nostril. Basically the skin dried out and cracked and it keeps bleeding and I keep checking for it.
Which started sending warning signals shooting through the investigation.
I might be able to swear on YouTube, but I don't think blood is something that's...
any of the possessed items away, or even to move any furniture around to search for portals, started seeming like she was hiding something. He calls it a day and leaves to prepare for the overnight investigation. But when he got back to the apartment later on, he began to regret ever choosing to return. At first it was small things like the odd noise, seeing something out the corner of his eye, or the tap suddenly starting.
Okay, yeah, so this is the same video. Oh, well, I just fucked that up. Give me a second to find out where that was. Here we go. What are you looking out there for? What, like, let's point this out first. What is he looking up there for? What is the purpose of this? It's so that his camera is as far away from the tap as possible, so that as he reaches back to turn the tap on, there's a reasonable expectation that it's not him. You see, his proximity to the tap leads me to believe that it's entirely possible that the camera's in his left hand and his right hand reached out to turn the tap on. He's not far enough away from it.
But that's child's play compared to what happened next. Take a look.
Like, the reason why the camera was panning across the roof, or the ceiling, and the above the cupboards is because he wasn't paying attention to where the camera was actually pointing, because he was looking behind him to grab the tap. You know what I mean? We see what the camera is recording. We can't see what's actually happening in the apartment. We can't choose where we look. But if we could, we would have seen him looking away from the camera to turn the tap on. This is kind of interesting. This is retrofitting. So this building did not originally have plumbing when it was built. It was just a brick apartment structure for people to live in. So it predates modern plumbing, likely, or it has integrated plumbing in the brickwork, and it's been in the integrated plumbing has failed, and they've had to retrofit an additional plumbing system on the exterior. But you can see back here that the plaster is breaking off of the wall, and down here there's a little bit of rust coming from this nail that seems to be what was fixing the drywall or whatever to the wall. Oh, look, a flower print. There's some wallpaper under here, so somebody's plastered over wallpaper. But regardless, there's rust here, which means that there's been moisture, which means this pipe might have a pinhole leak somewhere. Nails don't get rusty for no reason. What are you zooming in on? What was the purpose of that? Also, why do people ghost hunt in the dark? Turn the fucking lights on. $8 p.m. This could be a whole new scene. He could have cut the video here. Normally, I would operate on the idea or on the notion that he did. I would consider that to be a cut. I'm going to suspend that for a moment and see if anything else happens. And if I fail to determine any other shenanigans, then I'm going to default to that being a cut, because that's the logical explanation. Not that a ghost is busting open this cupboard. It's that the little old lady that had her face blurred out earlier in the video is in the cupboard right now assisting him, and is most likely his mother, grandmother, aunt. It's too dark to have seen what that was. Therefore, your data is invalid. Turn the lights on. I'm saying this. There's no logical reason why the property needs to be dark during a ghost hunt. There's no reason. And he's like, this is the thing that fell. Oh, it's a barrel cup. It's a cup that you would have a large barrel of water, and then you use this cup to scoop some water out. I don't know if you guys have that, if anybody else has that, but that's, yeah. I mean, clearly wherever this is has it. Poland, Croatia, Ukraine, Russia. Other countries around that area. I'm not yeah, so we have one of two options here. We have the option of the video cut, or we have the option of him spending far too long looking at that little fucking barrel cup to provide whoever was in the cupboard enough time to extract themselves from the cupboard and move around the corner. Either way, you have introduced a possibility of subterfuge, and therefore your video is now moot. Something excessively paranormal and interesting is happening right here. I don't care if the fucking building collapses behind you. You need to continuously record that and prove the very first portion hasn't been altered before you even think of moving on to examining a second piece of evidence. That cup that fell is going to stay there. You could have recorded that at any point during the night, but instead you chose to break contact with the primary source of the paranormal activity. So you've introduced doubt. No longer valid evidence. And now you're spending an incredible amount of time pretending to fumble with this cupboard so that the person may now enter to a second location so they can continue to provide paranormal evidence. And now something paranormal is going to happen somewhere else in the apartment because the person who was originally in this cupboard is now over there. You've given them ample time to reposition. And let me guess, the cupboard won't open again like that.
creepy, right?
No.
Imagine sleeping in this hellhole every night. Nope.
I would sleep just fine if nobody charged me to do it.
And then, while sprinkling holy water around the house...
Yes, let's just water damage everything.
He noticed that the static on the television began whirring, even though he never turned it on. No big deal though, he can just switch it back off, right?
Let me guess, it's unplugged.
Apparently not.
So, the button broke. Somebody has a TV remote. You remember those things? TV remotes? They still exist, but everybody seems to forget about them the second the TV turns on its own for a paranormal video.
Feeling thoroughly spooked, he decided on one last hurrah and pulled out a church candle in a last-ditch attempt to cleanse the place. But instead, all hell breaks loose.
A church candle? A church candle has no inherent properties that would cause it... What? It's just a candle. That's not a church candle is what I'm trying to say. That's just a candle. You know, it's not one of those like glass ones with Jesus on the front. It's not like a... It's just a candle. It's just some wax and a fucking piece of cotton cord. Jesus. Nice music. Which direction does the flame blow? Away from him. He blew out the candle. Yes. Dump a fucking bottle of holy water. It's just a fucking water bottle.
Как мне?
It might as well be 7-Up.
Как
You'd have a better chance of getting rid of the ghosts with that.
не продержаться до 12 ночи? Я не знаю.
Wait, hang on.
Что?
What time was it earlier? Was it 8 o'clock earlier, or was it... Yeah, it was 8 o'clock earlier. It's only been 20 minutes? He's doing all of this? You know, normally somebody would fucking change the clock so it was like, I've been here for like 2 or 3 hours, but it's only been 20 minutes.
Ночи? Я не знаю.
I have trouble reading analog clocks. It has been a long time since I've needed to look at an analog clock, and my brain has been like, yeah, we don't need that anymore. We've got these. I mean, here's something that somebody always tells me. What are you gonna do when the power goes out and your cell phone turns off? And what are you gonna do when the internet doesn't exist anymore? Like after the apocalypse, right? Everybody always says that, and it's like, dude, the last thing on my mind when the apocalypse hits is what fucking time it is, or what 20 times 15 is. I'm not gonna care about that shit. The internet's not gonna be a problem. It's like the disappearance of the internet is not gonna be a problem. It's not like I can't read. I'll go to a library and grab a bunch of books if I need to learn something. Yeah, just like your teacher. Oh, you're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket when you're older. Fuck you, dude. Yes, we do. In fact, we don't even need the calculator anymore. We just ask Google. It'll calculate it for us. You have a more complex thing? Just ask Gemini. It's probably the only thing that AI is like super useful for is mathematics and like, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, but the Google Assistant, Like most of the questions that I ask of Google Assistant, it's like, hey, how far is it to get to here? What time does this store close? I don't even open the internet browser anymore, you know? Navigate me to this location. You know, what's this multiplied? You know, start a timer for this long. What temperature should the pork be if I'm cooking it in an air fryer? All these questions were answered by Google Assistant long before AI became the primary source of information, and now people are using AI like Gemini and ChatGPT to do all their complex questions and stuff like that, and people call it like artificial intelligence, but in reality it's kind of not. It just knows how to find the information at this point. It used to just be a large language model, so it would just string sentences together that were logical and that would create the answer that you were looking for. That's why when you started searching, like back when AI first started, like 3 years ago, when AI was first like hitting the scene, people were like, how many stones should I eat? And it was like 3 to 6 stones. It's because it wasn't AI. It's not smarter now that it can determine. It just knows that there's a specific subset of rules that should negate these things. You know what I mean? Like negative prompts, you know, don't give unsolicited, or don't give health advice. Instead, it refers to the internet to find that information, and it still pulls up the wrong things because it's not artificial intelligence. It's just a complex, like, computer that has these subroutines to have it do the things that you need it to do. It's not thinking properly. It's finding instructions on the internet and applying them. It's IT. It's not going to rise up and kill us, not unless we give it the keys to the nuke and say nuke somebody. Humans still have to be the idiots. Humans suck. We're not. AI isn't the danger. It's us. We're the danger. You know, we're not very good at explaining what we want, and the machines do what we want them to do to a fault. If we say, I want you to open this bottle of Coke, we don't specify we want you to take the cap off. The artificial intelligence isn't programmed with every object. It would more likely cut the bottle open with a knife to provide the fact that it was open. You understand? It doesn't have a complex set of thought process. Like, it doesn't have a complex thought process where it analyzes the bottle and determines that this is the most correct action. We're not there yet. Why am I saying this? Because we use Google Assistant for everything now. We don't even need a calculator. We don't even need to think for ourselves. I like it. It lets me focus my attention on the things that I want to think about rather than the things that I need to think about. So by delegating the need to an AI, I can do the want. And that's what AI is supposed to be there for. He didn't get shoved. He pushed. He fell. He tripped.
Himself up off the floor. He scrabbles for his equipment and hauls ass out of there. And can you blame him? He gave the key to the landlady and she watched him walk off, shaking from fear. Begging the question, did she orchestrate this whole thing?
No, he did.
Her strange behaviour in the interview, could it all be an indicator that she was deliberately putting these haunted items into the flat?
No, she's babushka. She's the mother. Or the aunt. Chocha. You know what I mean? She's helping him create the paranormal video because that's what he wants to do, and she's a good family member. She wants to elevate the child, the boy, the man.
Has long been dubbed the most haunted house in all of America, naturally attracting the attention of many.
Wait, what house is? Oh, I fucking did it again. Here we go.
The Hill House has long been dubbed the most haunted house in all of America,
Hill House.
Naturally attracting the attention of many ghost chasers who seek to communicate with
Crayola
the
kids.
However, this group, known for chasing the unknown, are faced with challenges that threaten their sanity. Watch and find out.
The one road we turn on straight forward is the...
I hate these guys.
Terrifying. And this is the most haunted place in America? On the top 10 list, this is one of the most haunted in the world.
There was a woman that was laying in this bed. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but whoever...
So muffled, do you hear that?
Had the ability and has the ability to rip somebody out of the bed. You had grabbed her leg and pulled her right off.
Please do it.
If there are
He's getting fat, huh?
Here, if you could,
Looks
please
fat.
give us a sign tonight.
No, it's not enough, dude. You guys are all standing way too close to that REM pod. There's too many electronic devices. You see there's like a air purifier here. There's a cable that's running along here. There's a lamp here. They've got their own lamps and stuff like that. These things can interact with the REM pod. It's almost impossible to use a REM pod correctly. It's a theremin. You know what the range on the theremin is? It's...
Tattoos.
Oh my god, we have tattoos!
Hold on. I literally just felt someone touch my leg. I swear on
Nobody cares.
everything.
If you get touched, if you feel a brush on your skin, if you think somebody's touched your back, look at the fucking giant jacket he's wearing, right? If he says that something touched his back, it's probably a bead of sweat running down the back of down his back, right? If you say you got touched, I don't care. You didn't. It's your clothing. It's your clothing settling, bunching up in a specific area. You shift position, your clothing settles, you think you got touched. You didn't.
Did you just feel it?
Ghosts don't exist. And every time that somebody tells me a ghost scratched me, I lose faith in that person. You scratched yourself. You just didn't realize because it's such an automatic thing. You feel an itch, you scratch it. Think about the last fucking 15 times that you had an itch that you scratched. Exactly. You don't remember. Because it's automatic, like blinking, breathing, and swallowing.
I'm chilling out.
I hear footsteps like...
You would hear those footsteps a lot better if you took that fucking toque off.
The devil is here.
Beanie, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
No way! No way!
No way indeed. The devil is here. So one of the things that I try to say a lot in these videos is that something that particularly causes an irksome reaction whenever I have to deal with watching one of these dipshits videos. They use apps for everything, okay? I mean, not everything, because obviously they have the REM pod and other equipment, but what I'm saying is that a lion's share of their video is based on fucking mobile apps. Okay, apps that are designed to provide you with paranormal evidence, because how are you going to get a good review if nothing happens? It's a DR60 sound bank mixed with a little bit of artificial intelligence at this point in the game, okay? And it's providing them with paranormal pieces of evidence, like little phrases and things that make it sound spooky, because otherwise nobody would buy the fucking app for $14.99. The Ghost Talk app, the Necrophonic app, all of these apps, they're just designed to give you shit. You could be anywhere. You could be in a Walmart. You could be in a parking lot. You could be in a fucking Kiddieland. You could be in Wonderland. You could be in Disney World. You're always going to get something, because that's not how the app works. The app works all the time, everywhere. Go to a church, go to I don't even know. Consider the most reasonable place on this planet that you think would be the most devoid of paranormal activity, and bring those apps there and they will still pump shit garbage out.
Prove to us, please. Show us how strong you are.
Fucking losers. That's his own motion. He's not actually... Someone pulls on Ryan's shirt. Nothing pulls on Ryan's shirt. Also, that's his jacket. It might just be a touch of the tism, but I really fucking hate it when people react so explosively. It annoys me. I don't know.
No. I heard that. Whoa! I apologize. Oh my god. Whoever was behind me
Chill.
pulled on my shirt. Damn it! Did you not just hear that? Show
Why is he wearing a fucking pimp jacket?
yourself, please. Give us a sign that you hear what we're saying. Are you powerful enough to make something move around here?
Throat tattoos. The ginger kid doesn't look good with a fucking septum piercing, by the way, too. It looks ridiculous. Like, you're supposed to, you know, craft your appearance based on what you already look like and like, elevate your own appearance by putting a fucking piece of metal through the bridge of your nose when you look like a dork. It's not helping your appearance. I try not to use, like, I'm not using that as evidence as to why they're faking their ghost videos. It's just an observation for me. It looks ridiculous.
What?
You don't have the adequate facial bone structure or general appearance to pull off something like that. And these friggin' kids, like the twins they're both walking around with fucking Karen haircuts. They look like the berries and cream guy from the Skittles commercial.
God, there's a scratch!
Bad.
Sit still. There's a
I can't, dude. It's burning really bad right now.
Shut up.
Oh my god, dude.
Stay there.
It hurts.
Move your hair.
It hurts, dude. It hurts really bad.
Oh my god, it's
Pussy? Fucking hell. I've been scratched and it hurts so bad. It's the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Tell me you've never broken a bone or gotten a fucking kidney stone before without telling me that you're a pussy.
all the way up his neck. Holy dude.
Oh,
That
dude, I am
100% for sure was done by himself. That hurts so bad. I almost feel like there should be this crucible that humans should go through during their life where they get injured intentionally in various ways so that they understand what an authentic source of pain is. You know what I mean? If your damage threshold is so low that this scratch basically fucking flatlines you, then holy shit, weakness disgusts me. Go through a gauntlet. Go fall off a bike. That's the first thing. You should fall off a bike. Skin your knees. You know, break an elbow. Maybe not break an elbow. Ask Karis about that one. Not pleasant. But, you know, jump off of a high height where it's just a little bit too high. Just land flat on your feet and have it buzz your legs and your spine. You know, have that happen to you. Graduate to burning your finger on a stove or a hot glue gun. Graduate from there to you know, maybe the very first stage we could have people take a shower that's a little bit too hot, so it's like ow ow ow, right? And then we can move up through the ranks of skin your knee, you know, burn your hand on a glue gun. Then we can have you know, close the car door on your fingers. Then we can have get a paper cut in the most inopportune place, like somewhere like the webbing of your fingers. Okay, then we can have people get stung by a jellyfish. Then we can move on to get bit by or stung by a fucking wasp. Spend a little bit too long in the cold and have your fingers hurt really bad when you come back in from the cold. Now you're warming up and now your fingers hurt, right? Then we can you know, punch a couple people, have a couple people get slapped. Maybe you know, walk into a wall or something. You do any of these things and you're not going to react to a scratch like this. That's what I'm trying to say. Then we can graduate to putting people in car accidents, throwing them off buildings, and then shooting them. You know what I mean? Experience pain so much that you actually understand what has damaged you and what is merely inconvenienced you. It pisses me off to no extent when somebody rails on about how much something hurts when I look at it and I'm like, there is no conceivable way that is as much of an injury as you're claiming it is. You're hamming it up for the fucking camera and it's irritating. That's all I'm saying. Like, this scratch, it burns so bad.
Normally,
Fucking cry and quit YouTube.
However, we are hit with nerve-wracking footage of paranormal activities that happened in the house from objects moving on their own.
I've been stabbed. I've had my fingers almost cut off by a rusty piece of metal. I've had my gallbladder is gone. I had gallstones so bad they had to remove my gallbladder. I've broken fingers. I've had concussions. I've had my knees scraped, falling off bikes and everything. I have a really accurate pain threshold. I can tell when something is serious and when I can just ignore it.
By what they believe to be a demonic entity, to infamous footage of a lady being drawn aggressively off the bed. The group are no strangers to the chaos of the house, as they soon get many responses from the entities in the home through their ghost speaker, even hearing a distant scream in the house just after the entity tells them he screams.
Who screams? Dude. Smear? Who screams? Smear screams. Smear screams.
That's a police siren. It is... No, you're not going to be able to hear it. Absolutely not. I can barely hear it. It is so fucking quiet that they might as well have just cut it out, because there's no reason why I wouldn't have put it in, knowing that you couldn't hear it. There's no point in presenting evidence that can't be properly heard. But these studio headphones, I'm literally listening to this at 100%. It hurts my ears to listen to this. So if you want to, turn the volume all the way up, go to their original video, find where this is, and then watch it, because there's definitely going to be a point I'm going to be removing a lot of the music and the background noises because they get copyrighted. You won't be able to hear it because it's also going to get filtered out by something like that. But just so you know, you could barely fucking hear it, and what you can hear, it's definitely a police siren.
Dude. Oh my God, I heard that.
Their readings of paranormal presences goes off the charts. They hear footsteps just outside their room, as though something unseen is following them. They are told that the devil is here from the entity.
The devil is here.
Calm down.
They seem to miss it, but an orb literally levitates across the couch, as though monitoring all that is happening. The group of ghost chasers are met with...
I want you to go to the r/ghosts subreddit and then give them a video of an orb and see what they say.
more sounds of thuds and knocks.
They'll be
as well as
meaner
answers.
than me.
But then they get the worst of it, when one of the twins is badly scratched, making him flinch and wheeze in pain.
Holy dude.
Badly scratched.
Dude, I asked for it. Oh my holy
Yeah, so did
The
I.
group soon decides it's
The
time
fucking
to
ghosts
evacuate
wouldn't
the area
scratch
for
me.
good. This
I mean, not
house is
Hill House,
the
but
messiest of
I'll go to
paranormal
Hill House and I'll be like, cut me open. Give me a new scar.
and from
If it's
several
just
thrill
this,
seekers. So it's hard to think that this is anything.
they should stop chewing their fucking
Why do you
nails.
think the entities there are more
Is that the Illuminati symbol? Is he doing that? He's doing the Illuminati symbol. Illuminati.
aggressive than usual?
God, I hate him. So fucking dramatic, so explosive. Calm the fuck down.
How many of you have ever been wild enough to mess around with a Ouija board? Did you stop to think about who or what you might be inviting in? Yeah, neither did this family. They had to call
Board
for
games.
backup after their home turned into a full-blown poltergeist playground. Coincidence, or is that what happens when you go poking the paranormal bear?
Is that Rust?
Here's the thing. While Charles Kennard slapped his name on the Ouija board patent in 1901, talking boards have been around for centuries.
See, like, that's not even the Ouija board that we have now.
China, where they were used for necromancy.
No, they weren't.
That's right. Chatting with the dead has never been just a game.
They didn't use... Okay.
And this video...
Maybe I'll
is
do a whole
perfect
video on the
example
history of the
what
Ouija
not
board.
to do when your house is already haunted.
You still? Feel you sure? Alright, we ain't doing none of the TV shit. I think all that shit is fake. We just want to ask simple as questions. We ain't hold no fucking hands. We just gonna see what the fuck happened. We made our own fucking.
Sweet. Good man.
Well, we have her fingers on it.
No, ain't nobody touching it. That's fine. If the ghost is here, he gonna move that motherfucker by his damn self.
Damn fucking rights he can, dude.
Don't try to scare you with the TV shit. Nobody's cold. The AC is on in the house. Don't even try.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Ready. Ready. Is there anyone else in here besides us? Can you hear me?
Good, it didn't do anything.
Hold on, give it a minute.
How long we gotta fucking wait?
Aw, man. So it's most likely what they've done is they've just tied a string around this thing. They brought it to the edge of the table and wrapped it around underneath to create a kind of impromptu snatch block. So somebody's standing over here and they've just yanked on the string and it pulls it off. And that's why once it reaches the edge of the table, it seems to lift and carry up because it's using the pitch of the table because it wants to go whip under the table. But because the tension of the cable, the tension is lost the second it enters open space. So now it does a flip over, and then we see it a couple frames later after, where it falls down the rest of the way. Where the fuck is it? Right there. And it's barely. Right there. It's right there. It's on a string. It's been whipped under the table. Alright, that's all the time I have for this one. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more, subscribe for more. November. When's the next video? So this one's coming out on the 16th. So the next one is going to be on the 20th. Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more, check out our channel merch store at ydsmstore.ca. Check out our channel membership for access to our Discord, where we're growing a community of like-minded individuals who share personal stories, and we're friends. We're just friends. We're friends there, okay? We're not. It's not like this viewer, video maker, like creator, weird, like relationship. It's actually we're friends, and it's awesome. We have a PayPal. If you want to tip the channel, you can use the PayPal or you can use the Ko-fi to avoid the 30% YouTube fees, because YouTube takes 30% of all tips. So if you feel so inclined, thank you very much. If that's the case, we're not asking for tips, but if we accept them. People want to tip, and therefore we want to make the process of doing that as seamless as possible. And we always do appreciate the income because we're lower class people here in Canada. Anyways, so I'll see you on Thursday. Okay, love you, bye.
We broke the spell, another myth debunked so well. Till next time, don't be deceived, stay sharp, stay smart, believe in what's believed. Truth wins out every time. Truth wins out every time.